Welcome back to Real America. Well, during these troubled times, folks, in our country, millions and millions of Americans turn to their faith to help guide them through. With that in mind, our next guest wanted to send a message to all Americans and to God through his music. So he picked up his guitar and he wrote a new hit song, Earth to God. Welcome to Real America, my good buddy, John Rich from Big and Rich.
Hello.
Hey, JR.
Man.
How you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. Good to be with you.
So you and I were chatting a couple of weeks ago before you headed to D.C. For that big prayer march, and thousands and thousands showed up. You kind of debuted this song, but I remember talking to you before it came out. Tell folks how you came up with this one. How were you moved, and where you came up with it? Because you've written a few thousand songs in your lifetime, I know, JR. But this one really seemed, when I was talking with you, to hit you, and it just kind of came to you. It wasn't something you had to put days, weeks, months into. It just hit you and you put it on paper and there it was.
Well, you're exactly right. So I was looking at the world through my TV screen like everybody else, and out my own window and my own town. And, you know, the level of chaos going on in our country and going on in the world, it seems as if nobody really has it under control. And I really don't believe any person does have it under control. I think that man can't fix mankind's problems, ultimately. I don't think a Republican can fix it, or a Democrat, or anybody else for that matter. And as I was thinking on that, I thought, well, what do we still have in common around this planet? Well, we've all got the same threat at the same time. COVID-19 is throughout the entire planet now. And I thought, I bet the last time the whole planet had the same problem at the same time was probably Noah's flood. That's what came to my mind. And I thought, what an astounding thought that is. And I had this thought of Earth sending an SOS to God, sending a ping to him and saying, hey, we need you now more than ever. And are you still there? Which the answer is, of course, he's still there. And this song was written out of that thought, Earth to God, come in God. It was put out really not to be a hit song, more of just to get that message out there and remind people he's actually in control. Even though things are tough, it's out of our control. It's not out of his control.
John, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, during these troubled times, a lot of folks, and there are certain people out there who look to the elected leaders to help them to create legislation that's going to make their life easier and better. And they should, because that is why we elect those leaders and send them to our state capitals and to Washington, D.C. But at the end of the day, there's only so much, as you said, man can do for mankind. And you got to put your faith in I believe, in a higher power. And so this song, how long did it take you? Because I thought I saw an interview, or maybe when you were doing the march and you were being interviewed there by the folks on stage in D.C., it wasn't long. You just, like maybe he was speaking through you and you bang, just put it out.
Yeah. Hey, less than 30 minutes, Dan.
Whoa. Okay.
It really felt like I was not in the mode to write a song. I wasn't thinking about writing a song. And it was the last thing on my mind. And out of nowhere, that thought came in my head. It was placed in my head. I feel like I just got to be kind of a vessel with a pencil just to get it on a piece of paper. And I stood back and looked at that lyric and listened to it one time and thought, what just happened? And I've never had that feeling about a song before. And when I was asked to sing it at the National Prayer March, you're looking at 60,000 people who love our country enough to show up and pray for it. I mean, you talk about a powerful experience that was. And then to sing Earth to God, I've watched it now. It's only been out a couple of weeks. I've watched it go coast to coast, and I'm hearing from people of all backgrounds saying that song has really meant a lot to them, and almost shores them up a little bit in their mind, you know, reminds them, hey, yeah, it's out of our control. It's not out of his control. 10% of it, my tithe, goes to Samaritan's Purse. If you download the song, which is Billy Graham Ministries, does work all over the planet. It's pretty exciting to watch this song and this message do its thing right now.
Yeah, John, I was amazed when you text me, I think the clip of either the iTunes chart or something, and you were literally at the top of the charts. That to me said, you know what? When people think that Christianity is dead out there and that our nation and the world is running away from God and their faith, that gave me a little bit more hope that maybe they're not. Maybe that's what the left agenda and some of the folks that are atheists and against God and don't want us to run towards God want to happen. But man, when that song like that is up against mainstream music, goes to the top, that speaks volumes, I think, sir.
I agree. It actually went #1. If people want to get the song, anywhere you get your music, you can find it. You know, Dan, the only people that want to get God out of the equation are people who want to be God themselves. You know, as long as God is still in the conversation in America, then humans can't be the ultimate authority. So humans who really want to be in all control of everything, they got to get God out of here. And a song like Earth to God puts a fine point on it again and reminds us all, yeah, he's right there, he's watching, and he's ready to hear from us and ready to help if we'll ask him. That's why the song, I think, is so powerful.
Yep, God bless you, John. Don't go anywhere. We're going to play this song in its entirety, Earth to God by John Rich.
Earth to God, come in, God. I know you're there, hearing our prayers wherever you are. We need you now to send your love down. Take away the pain in your holy name. We ask this now. We need your light, we need your love to heal the world you made and save us now in our darkest hour with your amazing grace. Earth to God. We're holding on, but not for long. Can you pull us all close to the Holy Ghost and keep us strong? We need your light, we need your love to heal the world you made and save us now in our darkest hour with your amazing grace. Earth to God. To God, come in, God.
Whew. If ever you needed an anthem for 2020, JR, you got me a little choked up there, pal, and teary-eyed. I think that might be our anthem. I think we need that one for 2020 with all the trials and tribulations our nation's been going through, and we still got a few months left. I think people need to start thinking about where they're putting their faith in. And instead of man, maybe it's that higher power. John Rich, final thoughts. Tell them where to get that song. And what's coming up for you next, pal? When are we going to get back on the road?
I hope we're back on the road soon, man. Who knows? We don't really have a solid answer to that. But if Earth to God is a song that you feel and you want it, anywhere you want to go, Amazon, Apple Music, iTunes, they all have it. The video that you just showed, thank you for showing that, by the way, on YouTube. Just look up Earth to God, share it with your friends. This is all about the message of the song, and it really means a lot, Dan, that you played the whole thing and let everybody see it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to get that message out there for you, brother, because everybody needs to see light and hopefully hold on to and grasp a hold of their faith right now. We will get through this. We all need to get through this as Americans together, despite our political differences, and I think we can do that, and one way to do it is with God and with our faith. JR, tell the whole band, Big Kenny and Cowboy Troy and the boys, that I say howdy. Haven't seen you in forever with this lockdown. Hopefully we get back on the road real soon.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, brother.
All right. God bless you. Take care, JR. Straight ahead in tonight's Patriot Report, you'll meet a man from Ohio who has taken his love for the president and his green thumb for gardening, combine them together to make a huge statement. You got to see this. Don't go away.